Last night at 11, Ryan, Brett, and I were talking about this cold air that's coming our way. We've been talking about it for a while. But we're actually just on the fringe of the size of this air mass, which is incredible to think.
Part of it, yeah. I mean, it's part of it, but next week is going to be, and you know what's interesting, we won't have time for this today, but with that cold air outbreak on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, the South is probably going to get potentially 2 more snowstorms. It's like down to the Gulf Coast.
They're having all the winter.
Yeah, it's.
I take it. I'm happy about it because I want my parents to remember. Maybe it's not so great to live in North Carolina.
You can come
on back
anytime.
Yeah, we've only had 6 inches of snow in Portland.
Got a baby you can take care of here now.
Guilt trip. No, I mean it's been a weird winter so far in the sense that we haven't had all that much snow, but we've certainly had plenty of cold, and parts of the South have had several systems. So we'll get to all that. Today was garden variety, as Brian noted, it seemed a little cold. Not really that much below average, though. 27 as opposed to 32. The mountains were in the teens. Tonight we'll be down to the single digits in the mountains in northern Maine, but it will be warmer than last night, particularly along the coastline when we drop down to the single digits. Last night we won't do that again tonight. It's not warm, but it's still about 15, and inland will be about 10 degrees or so. So tonight's a little bit cloudier, that's why. Isolated flurry is possible, most of us are dry. Tomorrow is a little bit nicer than today. It's a little bit warmer. We're in the low 30s, maybe a couple of mid 30s over southern Maine in the afternoon. The mountains will see more clouds. Temperatures there will be in the 20s all day, but still better than today. And then the weekend, the way it plays out is Saturday and Sunday are decent days, but we've got a system Saturday night and another one Sunday night, so the overnight hours are more complicated. Saturday's largely cloudy, fairly mild though. We could pop some 40s along the coastline on Saturday afternoon. We should be in the 30s elsewhere pretty easily. But Saturday night, a little system, very progressive, just hits us with a little period of rain along the coastline and some light snow into the mountains. But it's out of here in time for Sunday morning, so Sunday's a reasonable day. Temperatures are largely in the 20s to around 30 degrees on Sunday, so it will be colder there. But it's Sunday night, another system approaches. That system is more complicated because the models have been pushing it just offshore the last few days, and then they wobble back west and then back east a little bit more. I think it's safe to say it's likely we'll see at least some light snow, especially along the coast, on Sunday night and Monday. But you got to watch out for these kind of storms because it's plenty cold enough so we don't have to deal with the rain snow line. And these can be really efficient snowmakers for the coastline. So for example, this version of it is probably a 6-inch snowstorm for the coast, and this is probably, 2 inches or so for the coast. So we'll have to see exactly where that lines up, but I would pencil in some snow Sunday night, Monday. As far as the cold, it gets very cold Tuesday, Wednesday. Just look at the colors of next week into early Thursday, and perhaps reloading for the end of the month. I always talk about, I've got certain weeks that I am superstitious about. First week of September, every time, always nice. Conversely to that, around the Super Bowl is when I always think about having at least one big snowstorm.
Okay.
And I don't even know if we did it last year, but I feel like most years. And that kind of lines up with climatology of late January to early February is our coldest. Mm-hmm. And then we have that second thing in March, but we don't have to talk about that right now. Those are the two maximums I think about in winter is around the Super Bowl and then into early March.
Yes.
So these next several weeks.
They should live up to it.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
We'll see how that one plays out. Keith, thank you.